What's up guys, my name is TechNoba here for TroubleChute, and today I'll be showing you guys how to host custom maps on your new Rust server. If you'd like to know how to set up a Rust server, click this link in the cards in the top right. And if you'd like to know how to port forward, which is another part to that, it'll also be linked in the top right as well as in the description down below. So let's say that you've got a new server and you want to host some custom maps, whether it's one that the community's made or one that the official Rust developers Facepunch have made, like HapisIsland, SavasIsland, or just a slight modification to how the procedural generation works, like Barren, where it removes all of the grass as well as bushes, making frames much higher. Well, that's very simple to do. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you building upon my old one, which was how to set up the Rust server. So, say that we've got that all done and we've got the start.bat file here. This is what we'll be editing. So I'll be copying the start.bat file and renaming it for each of the maps that I'm going to showcase. To save some time, I'll be speeding up the process and I'll show how long starting the server for each map will take. There are a few maps built into the Rust server as it comes out of the box: Barren, Hapis, Savas, and Savas King of the Hill. This tutorial will show you how to set up those and get them working, as well as community-made .map files right at the end. To begin, I'll be opening the new starthapis.bat file with Notepad and change the server.level from Procedural Map to HapisIsland, which has a capital H and I, as well as no spaces. You can also remove server.seed and server.worldSize from the launch command, as those won't be needed because you're not currently generating a map. Once you're done, you can safely save it and start it. To connect to my own server, I'll simply use the command connect space localhost :28015. If you'd like your friends to join, then make sure to check out my previous tutorial on setting up your Rust server. I'm not going to spend any time explaining what these maps are or why you'd possibly play on them. I'm just going to simply show you that they do work and show you a quick little look at the map so you can see that they are actually what you imagined them to be. Right after I'm done with a quick fly around, I'm just going to close the server by typing quit into the server command console. And to make sure that it doesn't automatically restart, I'll close it manually, open up the start.bat file, and then remove every line that doesn't begin with rust-dedicated.exe. So that'll be echo off, start, and go to start. It's just a simple loop that keeps on launching the server if it were to crash for some reason. Next, I'll copy and paste it again, and make sure to change HapisIsland to Barren. Barren takes the longest amount of time to load into because it is a generated map. It's not pre-made by Facepunch. It's simply the normal Rust generation algorithm with all of the plants and bushes and grass removed. Obviously, there's still trees, you need those for wood. This is supposed to give you a pretty big boost in FPS, and from my experience playing on 1 or 2 servers with it, it does make a massive difference. Next up, we have Savas, which is SavasIsland, capital S, capital I. That's what you enter into server.level. It is another pre-made map. It's very, very similar to its next one that I'm going to show you, which is SavasIsland, King of the Hill. Not quite sure what this map is meant to be, but I know there's a lot of high quality good loot right at the top, and then the simple areas are down at the bottom. Pretty good experience, but I can't imagine a ton of people playing on it. Next up, we have SavasIsland, King of the Hill, which is SavasIsland_KOTH. That's what you put in the server.level. It seems to be the exact same map with, I think, a few added cliffs and some other objects, as well as a player pilotable Chinook, which is pretty cool. Other than that, I'm not exactly sure what's different, and I'm not going to take too much time going into it. The last one is a little more confusing, and that's how to host a community-made .map file. You can obtain these from the internet or from a previous world that you've generated. To host these custom maps, you'll have to host the .map file somewhere that it's visible on the internet. You can use a website and a hosting company if you own one, or have access to one. If you don't have your own domain, I've heard of people using Dropbox to host the map file, but I have no idea how reliable that would be. Of course, you can host the server yourself by using something like XAMPP, which I will have a tutorial linked to in the description down below when I get around to creating one sometime in the future. Once you have the .map file visible to the internet, you can simply replace the server.level command with server.level URL, and inside of the quotation marks you can add your domain or website IP address, followed by the .map file's location and name. Launching the server should download the file and you'll be able to play on it. So that's it. If you liked what you saw, leave a like in the video and subscribe. Comment down below if you have any questions or video ideas as well. Thank you all for watching. My name has been TechNobo here for TroubleChute, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.